An independent watchdog says coroners in Ontario must improve their communication and transparency with families. That is something that's long been an issue, especially for Indigenous people living in Ontario's north. As Logan Turner reports this morning, one family in Thunder Bay is still looking for answers 4 years after the death of their son.
In July of 2017, the body of Marlon Chukamolan of Winisk First Nation was found unresponsive on a trail in Thunder Bay. The 25-year-old man died shortly thereafter. His father, Ronald, is still looking for answers.
It's very difficult. You're left in isolation. You're left grieving. You're left with doubt. Where's this case going? So we have no other choice but to take, into our own hands, to reach out to the public for assistance, to appeal to the public, to reach out to witnesses.
Chukamolan says his grief was only made worse by the lack of answers coming from the coroner, and he's not alone. The Death Investigation Oversight Council is a watchdog for Ontario's coroners, and according to documents recently obtained by CBC, it's just issued a set of recommendations calling on coroners to take steps to improve transparency and communication with the families. Jonathan Rudin is a lawyer with Aboriginal Legal Services, and he's represented a number of families over the decades in coroners' investigations and inquests.
Often families aren't even aware coroners are involved. They're not aware of what the coroner does. They don't know what the results of the coroner's investigations will be or are. Our experience with families who live in more remote parts of Northern Ontario, on reserves and in those areas, they get their information sometimes second or third hand.
The council has specifically recommended that families be advised if there's a change in the investigating coroner, but Rudin says much more can be done, and Ontario's chief coroner, Dr. Dirk Heyer, agrees.
Absolutely, we should be discussing with families when there's a change in investigating coroner. There should be a regular and ongoing conversation between families and investigating coroners. Families, they should have as much information as possible. That's their loved one that they lost, and clearly a tragedy for them.
Heyer says communicating with families is a priority for his staff, but he has no way of determining how often that happens, something families and advocates say must change. Logan Turner, CBC News, Thunder Bay.